Your favorite compas of another jam-packed episode of the Four Compas show. In this episode, we get you ready for rookie minicamp, I guess. As obviously the draft has already gone by. We'll get into Shedeur Sanders, obviously. That's a big topic that I'm sure Gilbert is tired of listening to, talking about. Everybody, I'm sure, has a little bit of a Shedeur hangover, but we're going to talk to one of the best to do it in Uncle Joe Reedy from the AP. Is now back in Cleveland, back out there on in Ohio. We're going to get him on to talk about just what happened over the weekend when it comes to the Cleveland Browns and their decisions. We're going to talk about some of our draft winners and losers, some teams who could go from worst to first, obviously, top 10 picks in the draft, who's going to jump up and possibly win their division or make it to the playoffs. And we will obviously get into a lot more. It's basically a draft heavy show, just because obviously that's what just passed. And then we'll get into some interesting topics at the end, especially with The Rock coming out on the Pat McAfee show and basically pointing the fingers at everybody else except for himself on why he didn't show up to Monday Night Raw. So yeah, definitely a lot to get into. But all right, Hilberto, don't you have an engagement question for our viewers and or listeners?
I don't know if we do, but I'll ask one because I actually have a good one, because I'm so tired of the Shedeur Sanders debate, and nothing against the kid. You know, I just want to know, where do you stand on the Shedeur Sanders debate? Are you a diehard hater or a diehard supporter? Because there's no in between, Fernando. You can't be just innocent bystander saying, you know what, hopefully he has a good career. No, you need to really, really love the guy, or you really, really got to hate the guy. So pick a line and let me know in the comments.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. That's going to be interesting. I'm interested to see what people have to say about Shedeur. Because
I hate the guy. I love the guy. Stop messing with the kid, please. Come on.
Kids messing around. Oh, that's another thing that we got to get into. Kids messing around, not kids, straight up adults messing with other adults. So we'll get into all that.
Frank calling. I'll tell you that Mel Kiper really likes Shedeur Sanders.
Oh, dude, that Mel Kiper was going nuts for, like, I think that's why people really wanted Shedeur drafted. They're like, can you guys just get this jackass off our screen complaining about, oh, these teams don't know what they're doing, and I've been in this for over 38 years, and I know what I'm doing. These teams
one
don't
GM
know.
Tell Mel Kiper like 30 years ago, what does Mel Kiper know?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, it was who the hell is Mel Kiper? I think it was the coach GM.
Yeah, was that when they drafted Harbaugh? I think, or I forget.
Yeah, it was during the Peyton Manning. I think it was the Peyton Manning. What's his dipshit ass? Friend of the show, Ryan Leaf. The Ryan Leaf draft. I think it was that time. He's like, who the hell's Mel Kiper?
Yeah, they passed on a quarterback and they got pissed. And I think Harbaugh was like the free agent veteran. I think I forgot the story, but I remember reading into it. But I love that line. What does Mel Kiper know?
Hold on, let me see who said it. Yeah, versus the Colts. It was Tobin. What's his name? A GM, Chiefs analyst.
I don't remember who he drafted.
Draft guru Mel Kiper. Oh, it was Marshall Falk.
Oh, okay, and that worked out. And I think that Mel Kiper wanted him to draft.
And our manager Bill Tobin. Yeah. The analyst was adamant that the Colts needed to draft a new QB instead of relying on veteran Jim Harbaugh.
Mm-hmm.
So they passed on Heath Schuler and Trent Dilfer.
Who?
Yeah. And they got Marshall Falk. So that was the big...
that GM Tobin knows what he's talking about. I wonder if he's related to Duke Tobin of the Bengals.
I don't know. But that was very interesting, to say the least. All right, let us go now with the intro, and then we'll come back with the fellas.
Compas on the beat. Let's get it. Let's go.
Yeah. So where's Compas?
Yeah, we are.
There you go.
There you go. Okay, all right. We got proof right there.
That seems like he's asleep. Need you to wake up, Gilbert. There's a lot of energy.
Come on, Gilbert. Let's go.
Come on. Dan and Dago is at Moe's.
I'll show you. I got it right.
Okay, that's it. You guys, I am done with mine, but that's couldn't get better than a 2026 6th-round pick swap for a 7-rounder. So
freaking love you, Chad.
Hey, dude. Cool, man.
Compas on the beat, man. Derwin James signing off, man. Watch Compas on the beat, man.
Welcome to Compas on the Beat. I'm Fernando Ramirez. I cover the Chargers for the Sporting Tribune. With me, as always, my co-host, my tag team partner, Gilbert Manzano, covers the NFL for Sports Illustrated. What's up, bro?
What's up, Fernando? Like I
God,
mentioned,
I miss doing that.
yeah, it's good to have you
Yeah,
asking me
it's been
what's
a
up.
while.
And actually, a lot happened over the weekend because of the NFL's draft. And I'm curious to hear some of your takeaways. I haven't talked to you since the NFL draft concluded. I do want to hear some of your thoughts. But yeah, it's a little, it's a marathon. It's fatigue for 3 days, especially when you keep hearing about where Shedeur Sanders is going to go. And I'm glad he found the landing spot. Like, it got to a point he might go undrafted with Shedeur Sanders. Imagine being undrafted with Shedeur Sanders. Don't forget about Shedeur now. But he found a home with the most toxic place in the NFL.
You know, it's funny. I had asked Dan on What's Up Bolts on Thursday night. What if Deion calls Jim Harbaugh in the 7th round and goes, "Hey," oh no, it was the second night after the second and third round. I'm like, what if he calls Jim and he's like, "Dude, come on, like save my son. Can you draft him like 7th, like in the 7th round and just bring him into your franchise?" Dan's like, "We're an unserious franchise if we go get him." What the hell? Like, we're unserious. And I started laughing. He was so pissed when I told him that.
Shedeur could be the backup to Derwin, and Shedeur could be the backup to Herbert.
Exactly. And I mean, they would need something like that. But I was at Chargers Thursday night. The real excitement came when the Jaguars kind of jumped. I know it's at the beginning of the draft, but when the Jaguars jumped up, somebody said, "Oh wow, there might be a lot of movement in this draft," and there really wasn't. Yes, Jorge, this is live. Hello to Jorge, Fat Even, Michael Hart, Angel, Robert D, Jesse. Thank you guys so much for jumping on here. We'll talk about that, Michael.
Oh yeah, I like the draft for the Giants.
Oh wow, okay, there you go. But there wasn't as much head scratching, I guess, as there was last year's draft, where there was a lot of like weird stuff. Here, it was more about, okay, everything's kind of falling. I think where everybody kind of tripped out about was when the Broncos went corner instead of going
Aaron.
Aaron. I thought everybody was trying to trip out when the Bears went Colston Loveland and they did not go Ty Warren. A lot of Cowboys fans I saw were pissed that Ty Warren got passed up by the Cowboys and they went Booker. So I thought that was definitely interesting. But yeah, it was an interesting draft. I thought, I don't know, it was a lot faster, I think, this year than in years past. I don't know if they're trying to speed it up.
The first round did feel.
Yeah, like I thought the only team that overstayed was the Chargers, and it was because they were trying to make that trade with the Eagles.
You called it. You said something was up, and then we see the reports about the Eagles.
Something happened because the NFL it was NFL Network. They went and they showed Jim and Joe kind of chilling, and then all of a sudden, like, they kind of scrambled and they started getting on the phone and stuff. And I was like, ooh, like with a minute left, and I was like, something must have happened. And yeah, it came out. Dr. Florio said that the Chargers and Eagles were going to make a trade, and that I think the Chargers pulled out last second, and they're like, you know what, we're going to draft and we're going to go Amari and Hampton. So that was definitely interesting to see. But other than that, I thought it was smooth sailing. Obviously, the Shedeur stuff kind of gave people. I thought Shedeur kind of gave everybody something to talk about all weekend. Like, I have friends that don't even know anything about football, and they're asking me, "Oh, what did you think about the Shedeur stuff?" So I think that it brought a lot of people to kind of talk about it. And I mean, I think people are really split. Half of the people are like, screw him, screw his dad, and all this. The other half are kind of like, "Oh, that's effed up." Like, I don't think the league colluded, Gilbert, at all. Like, I don't think, like, I saw Stephen A. saying they're colluding like Colin Kaepernick. I'm like, no, that's not what's happening. It's that. And then you read more and more about it, and you're like, yeah, this kid was just, he thought he was hot shit, and it turned out his shit did actually stink. And like, one of the guys I saw, Matt McChesney, he used to be a defensive tackle for Colorado. Then he was in the league for a couple of years. Now he's back at Colorado helping train some of their offensive linemen and stuff, because he was an offensive lineman in the NFL. He came out and he confirmed a lot of the stuff that people at Colorado were telling him, that Shedeur did have his earphones on with it blasting during interviews. He said, I have the video if you want to see it, but he said basically that when Shedeur went to the whiteboard that they were telling him, why don't you tell us where this and this should be? Well, isn't that kind of your job? That's what Shedeur supposedly would tell them. There was a lot of stuff that Shedeur was growing frustrated on the whiteboard, that he didn't know how to read the defense, that there was a lot of different factors that led to it, but that, yeah, he did have really bad meetings.
Yeah, I think part of it, again, that's why I'm annoyed, because, either you really you really want to support the guy, or you really hate him. And, I don't want to go into this debate, but there's a lot, especially in the media too. I didn't like some of the media. So some of the media,
I hated it.
Either you want to be good friends with Deion Sanders and gain brownie points, or you're really hyping up the kid, like, you guys are mean, let the kid be. Like, at the end of the day, like, we're talking about football on the field, and if this guy's tanking interviews, that's not the way you go about it. And I'm not trying to say that you should, hate on Shedeur Sanders, but at some point you gotta look in the mirror. This was on you too. Maybe you got bad advice. Maybe it's on the dad too a little bit. Shedeur Sanders did the smart thing and got an agent, and he got picked up by Todd Bowles and the Buccaneers. So but it's both sides too. Like the ones like Mel Kiper really sticking to his scouting report. Well, I'm right. Sanders is better than Cam Ward. I don't see it. So his ego got hurt, because, okay, my number one quarterback is still on the board on day 3, and he's probably looking at himself thinking, I'm foolish. Did I miss something that the league is seeing, and I can't get it? Stuff like that. There was a lot of agendas to me, and I didn't like it. And then
all of his former coworkers at NFL Network, they were all besides them. So, like, Rich Eisen was freaking out. He's like, how can this happen? Why? Because his dad's his coach? Really? Like, we're still doing this? And I'm like, no, dude, that has a lot to do with it. He's been pampered.
It's honestly,
Deion can say he wrote him all he wants. He was pampered while at Colorado. They retired his freaking jersey, for gosh sakes. Like, I'm surprised they didn't do all 3 of them: Shiloh, Shedeur, and Travis.
Honestly, it's not that complicated. Like, maybe the media and the draft experts got it wrong, where he's not a first round talent. Maybe he's more of the second and the third round level talent.
Yeah.
But then at that point, like, when you're going in the second and third round, you're thinking more, okay, he could be a backup. We're not sure about the starter. Like, it's kind of like Will Levis. People thought Will Levis was going to be a first round talent. He went to the second round, but Will Levis did not come with all the other crap, the attitude, the arrogance, the Sanders circus. So at that point, you're probably asking yourself, Tyler Shuck, probably less drama than Sanders, maybe not the same upside, but he's gonna be pro ready and F it. I didn't like the pick for the Saints, but I'm just saying, when you think about it case by case, Pittsburgh Steelers, they had Aaron Rodgers waiting. They weren't thinking about quarterback. Obviously the Giants went Jackson Dart because maybe Brian Dable had a terrible interview, which that was reported. So everybody had their own thing there. It wasn't collusion. I thought it just kind of got to the point where, like, if you're not a surefire first rounder, do you want to deal with the headaches that come with a backup? Hell no. So they moved on, and eventually the Browns were like, you know what, we'll get value here in the 5th round. Take a chance.
Jorge, Will Levis slid because of how he drinks his coffee. That's hilarious. All right, let's get these guys in here. But I completely agree with you. Yeah. I think it was all a shit show, and we knew what it was going to be. I mean, the dude had a hat rack that said legendary. He was wearing, like, I don't care about the chains. I don't care about all that stuff. This is where I take the kid's side. After the first round, he was rapping and he had a party. People were like, well, why is he having a party? Dude, what do you want him to do? Sit there and cry and look like he's all pissed off and sad? No, he just party. I mean, it is what at the end of the day,
he's the first quarterback to be cocky and arrogant either.
Can you imagine? He went from making $6 million a year to now getting a 4-year deal worth $6 million.
He got bad advice.
Yeah.
Be at the combine, work out the pro day, impress people.
I thought he should have done a 5th year and stayed 1 more year if he could have.
That's what Cam Ward did.
I know. That's what I would have done. All right, let's get these guys in here. I feel bad. You're going to be impressed with our second guy's look, Gilbert. You're going to have fun with this. But all right.
I hadn't even noticed. I see it right now.
Vic, how are you doing?
I'm good. Yeah, that was a good conversation there. I was gonna say before I came in, that intro is perfect because we got Rolly versus Ryan Garcia. I know we've been talking about it.
Actually, yeah, we should make some picks.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we'll make some picks at the end. I'm interested. I mean, I think it'd be interesting to see how all 4 of us go, but I think we're all gonna go the same way for that one. But let me bring in an individual who needs no introduction.
Nope.
He is a businessman,
car salesman, you might call him.
To his own. He is Sir Dan Indago,
the lawyer pro bono.
Oh, hold on. Let me get off the phone.
The teachers arrived. That's a
No, I
detail.
classied it up today. 'Cause let me tell you something. Do you have that thing ready, Bimbo, or for
Well,
now?
hold
Or
on,
no?
no, hold on. Give me a
All
couple.
right,
give
look
me
it up, and I'll do my little spiel.
How was
Because let me
court?
tell you
Being-
something.
I was
I'm talking about court. Let me tell you something. What have we been saying, or what have I been saying on this program? Oh, I like this. I like this, Jorge. That's pretty good. No, I got a lawyer. The cheese eating bastard's my lawyer, so whatever. What have I been saying for?
Can you take this off real quick?
Yes, I got
What
you.
have I been saying for months leading up to this draft? Don't be so confident. Shedeur Sanders might fall because why?
You did.
Because and look
Really?
where we have him.
I'm not the
Look,
only one.
I have
Okay.
0 sources, and I made this call and I got it right, which is absolutely insane. I said the Chargers would double dip in receiver. I'm a genius out here. Apparently, I'm like Billy Madison. I'm the smartest man alive.
I
So I had
guess
to
you
put the
watch
phone
football.
down.
You know football after you're done selling cars throughout the day.
Apparently, I have so many sources that I've never spoken to in my life. That's what my source is, which I mean source is in just my brain.
I'll say I still rather have Sanders and Dart and Chuck and Bill Rowe. I'll say that at least. At
So
least
Dart
at least
and all
it's
those guys,
accurate.
they're going to be Hall of Famers. Okay, got it.
No,
They're
it's
Hall
going to
of
be a
Famers.
terrible quarterback class, and we're all going to
Wow, Jorge, you gave me a good one, and then you throw me under the bus. That's kind of crazy.
You got the headset on to take an order.
I got my journalism suit on. I got my journalism. I couldn't wear the t-shirt. I think it was dirty. I couldn't find it. I got my journalism look with the tie and everything else. Classy to show up. Because it's funny. I sometimes shock myself, but I forgot my nickname on here. It's Nostradamus. I'm not even. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? We had, people who've been doing this a lot longer than me. On other little talk shows, you have Mel Kiper collecting Social Security and having a stroke out there.
Oh, yeah.
They need to send him back to the old folks' home. They need to stop rolling him out there. He thought Shedeur was going to go top 5. What are we talking about? I knew he wasn't going to go top 5. And let's be real. Are we on this right now, or do we need to move on? Are we on this?
You're
Or do we
good.
need to move on? Okay.
Jorge wants to know what your thoughts are.
All I'm going to say is this. We all know, I'm going to say this politely as I can. The NFL is not, it's not Notre Dame. It's not
Colorado.
No. God, no. No, Colorado's a shit show. But the NFL is not, a choir. They're not choir boys. You know what I mean? Let's be real. They, sign felons, abusers, people convicted of DUIs, gamblers. Like, let's be real. But if you can play, they'll put up with it.
Dan, a fellow American just joined the
Senor Vivement.
Hey,
Senor Vivement, what's going on up there?
Moy 42.
We're going to add a star, or what's going on? But anyway, there you go. But clearly what happened in this NFL draft is exactly some of the things, I've been saying. I saw Bussin' with the Boys. Delaney Walker said it also with me. So I guess we're tight like that now. Delaney Walker and myself, no big deal.
Former Chargers coach.
Yeah, former Titans tight end. Yeah, shout out. I love Nashville. I'll stay out there whenever. It's the thing that, there's too much stuff to come with them. I was talking about this today with our head coach. I was like, it's already hard enough to be a head coach in the league, to answer to the fans, answer to the media. Imagine a head coach going to a press conference and having to answer questions about, hey, so Deion Sanders said this about your team. Hey, so Shedeur did this the other day. What do you think about that? Who's going to want to put up with that? If the guy was, in the SEC coming off a natty, or if he would have won a natty with Colorado, people might have put up with it. But what did he do at Colorado?
Even a guy like Will Howard won the natty. Nobody cares. He was
that doesn't mean anything. But come on. That Ohio State team was stacked. What are we even talking about? And they still almost lost. Ryan Day is worthless. He's an overrated coach. I can't stand him. I can't stand Ohio State. But what did he do at Colorado? He barely hasn't. I think it's above 500 by barely. Then they get blown out by BYU or somebody. Yeah. The Mormons, really?
He took a 1-win program to 9 wins. He just didn't play up to that. He didn't play up to it. He wasn't like, hey, you know what? It was rough, but my guys were fine. It was more like, my guys sucked, and look what I did. He took
that was the other part. That was the other part. And on top of that, like, people forget this is the men's league. If you don't get in where you fit in,
and you say yes, sir, and kind of follow protocol, they'll just cut your ass. It doesn't matter who it is. And I think it's poetic justice.
Raul get touched?
Oh, yeah.
How many times did Raul get touched? There was able, like, of course, whenever you're able to run the ball consistently and whenever you're able to, and that opens up the pass, you know. But it's just like you got to understand, like, what your team good at. So it's like, why would we keep running the ball if, okay, we out there and we get in a situation where it's a must get and we don't get it?
Just look at the shirt he's wearing. He actively cut the other sleeve. What are we talking about? He throws his. Could you imagine in the NFL? He throws his teammates under the bus.
He's not a dapper guy like yourself. Come on, give him a break.
Hey. Look at this. With all my sources, I got all this shit right. Journalism, baby. I went to the journalism school of hard knocks.
That's an outfit a coach in Texas.
That's what he was teaching. That's what he was teaching Eric about while you were gone, Gilbert. He was teaching him about the journalism that. Because you did good journalism. By the way, you know who's boys with Dan now? You'll laugh at this. Taylor Lewan loves Dan.
That's my dog. That's my
he
dog.
He remembered us, I think. Because like we started talking, I'm like, yeah, I told you I'm from San Diego. He's like, yeah, like near the border. And I was like, oh yeah, like we're from Chula Vista. And then he was shooting the shit with us or whatever. And him and Dan were really chopping it up.
By the way, your boy's on to bigger things. Taylor Lewan, he's like hosting a reality TV show on Netflix.
Oh, I know. They're moving on.
Here, I started watching it. I'm like, what the hell is this guy doing on here? And
they left Barstool, right?
Yeah, they're not with Barstool. They're doing their own thing podcast wise. And but I mean, that's what Pat like Taylor told us that they were going to do. Well, never mind. I will not. But yeah, they left Barstool and now they're doing their own thing. So definitely Jed Clampett. That's hilarious.
I don't know who that is. I didn't go. I'll tell you one thing. I didn't go to the Mel Kiper, the Mina Kimes. I sure as shit didn't go to the Joy Taylor School of Journalism. I wouldn't have lasted out there. So. I know there's a lot of Gilberto's heroes, but it is what it is. I mean,
my own hero.
Obviously,
I trust my own big board. How about that?
I was gonna say, for me, the whole situation was kind of crazy this whole weekend. I know that the ratings were really good because Shedeur Sanders fell, and so I know ESPN and NFL Network were happy about that. But at the same time, as you guys talked about, I'm with you guys in terms of the skill wasn't there. If it was, then why did Travis Hunter get selected second if that was the case? If people really hated on the guys that Deion Sanders coach, then why did Travis Hunter go? You even saw the Jaguars trade up for him. So it sounded like a lot of the things that was going on was, look, people forget that Deion Sanders used to work in the media with NFL Network, so he's tied with a lot of the people, and so a lot of the message was coming from there. And so, as Fernando brought up, Rich Ice, and you saw Mel Kiper, a lot of these guys, I forgot when I was watching Draft Day, Deion Sanders was in that because he used to work during the draft, and so I understand where that was coming from. But at the end of the day, it just tells you, like, look, if any of us go into an interview and we do the things that Shedeur did, we're not getting that job. And that's part of the problem. I think you also have to look at his pros and his cons. There's a lot of things that if he was a top-rated quarterback, we kept hearing that if we had the same quarterbacks from last season in this draft, that they would have gone like 7th or 8th. So, I mean, it tells you that the talent, a lot of these GMs didn't think that the talent was there. So I think, a lot of people just overrated because of the name. And I bet you that if his name wasn't Sanders, we would not be talking about it right now.
1,000%. Another thing is,
okay,
if I'm real quick, I'm Cam Ward, I'm happy that Travis Hunter went right after me. Nobody's talking about him now.
Nobody's talking about Cam Ward at all.
Now he can go do his thing.
Warren Moon tried to do him a favor. Nobody cares still.
I know. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, everybody cared more about Shedeur and what Shedeur was going to do. Good. That's good for Cam Ward. Now nobody's talking about him. Everybody's kind of like, okay, let's let this guy go down there, do what he needs to do. They just signed Tyler Lockett, I think, a week ago. They brought him in. So definitely some good stuff there. Here we go. The game changer is here. Vic, thank you for stepping to the side. Let us bring in our guy. Uncle Joe Reedy from the AP back in Cleveland and the OH.
IO.
Uncle Joe, how have you been?
Busy.
I'm sure.
Was in Columbus earlier today to hear Ryan Day on the state of spring football, and then now sitting out a rain delay in Cleveland, even though it's perfectly sunny at the moment.
Oh, geez.
Well, I'm glad you take the time to jump on with us. Gilbert, say hi to Joe.
Yeah, Joe, what do you think about Dan's outfit here? It's very, dapper for you with a tie. I think
I had to step it up today.
You. Yeah, he saw you on the schedule today, and then put on a tie for Uncle Joe. What do you think?
That's right.
Corporate Dan.
Exactly.
Well,
by the way, while you were at Ohio State, did you ever get lightheaded with all the Just for Men Ryan Day throws on there or no?
It is a dark beard, let's put it that way.
or my God, you must have the best genetics in the house, dude.
Uncle Joe, typically Gilbert or I would jump with the first question, but we're not going to do that today.
Yeah.
We're going to let Dan go first and ask you the first question. Dan, take it away.
That's why I have my tie on. I'm a big journalism today. I don't know how to tell you this. I'm a big journalism guy today. Just with the first question, Uncle Joe, let me check my notes over here. Scrabble. Shedeur famously said at the Combine, if you don't want to change your franchise, don't draft them. Let me ask you something. Since you've been there, has the franchise changed?
This is who they are. I mean, they're the pyromaniacs of the National Football League. I mean, Jimmy Haslam says during the league meetings, we're going to wait for the right quarterback. If we don't find him with the second pick, or we're going to wait for the right one. And I mean, this was what many people think was a below average quarterback class.
Mm-hmm.
So of course, what do? They select two quarterbacks. Dylan Gabriel, little bit of a head scratcher in the third round, undersized and left-handed.
Yep.
1 out of 2 ain't bad. 2 out of 2 could be dangerous. And then, when you trade up to the 5th round to get Shedeur, I mean, let's put it this way. This franchise knows about circus atmospheres with quarterbacks. So this is par for the course.
Uncle Joe, why wouldn't they go for a 2-for-1 in the circus act? They could have gotten Travis Hunter at 2. Then you get Shedeur in the 5th round. You could have gone 2-for-2 and just had complete pyro, and you would have had a Batista level pyro, just bang, a bunch of stuff. So, well, why do you think they decided to trade down? Because they said we need more assets. We're not a team that's ready yet, and everything. So, what did you make of that?
Well, they had a pre-draft concert here with Journey, which I'm surprised they didn't rush the stage after that trade was announced, because you had a lot of upset people.
The Miz,
yes.
Oh, yeah.
But I think partially you could see why they made the deal to trade down and to accumulate picks. If next year's a better quarterback class, you got 2 first-round picks. Go and get those assets that way. But then, I did the Mason Graham pick, solid. Somebody to pair with Myles Garrett. I like the Schlesinger pick in the 2nd round. Went a little bit higher than what I thought he would. But as somebody who covered UCLA football last year, he was the only reason to watch UCLA football. Sure as hell wasn't the offense. I mean, nice job, Eric Bieniemy.
By the way, is it not hilarious that even in the college football world, he can't get promoted to head coach?
Wow.
I thought it was hilarious.
Low-hanging fruit.
Yeah, low-hanging fruit. Sorry. Low-hanging fruit would be a Deshaun Watson comment.
No.
Okay. I'll abstain.
We'll get to Deshaun in a bit, but Joe, I'm just curious because, and I know I ask you in a multiple ways for this question. What was the BS response they gave you, the team-wise that is, for taking Gabriel over Sanders, and then what's the real reason for how it played out?
Well, Gabriel, they like the accuracy, which you can't go wrong on the accuracy. I think him and Sanders are 1-2 in the nation in terms of quarterback accuracy. And I think with Dylan Gabriel, he's done it at 3 different places over 6 years. So the guy's used to different offensive systems, and I think he's thrived everywhere that he's gone. I think, was there some pressure from the owner? Possibly. Did Andrew Berry and Kevin Stefanski look like they were being held hostage?
Yeah.
It looked like that the entire 3 days.
They were tired.
But maybe
Don't read into it.
But maybe more so with it. Maybe more so with that. And bring in 4 guys, let them compete, and let's see where it goes.
That yeah.
What was his press conference like? Has that happened yet or no?
He did a conference call with the media.
Well, did you hear music in the background? Any rap lyrics or anything like
They're
that?
on Twitch.
No? Yeah.
No, it was. I can't believe it. I think it's I can't believe I slipped to the 5th round, and I got a lot to prove now.
Yeah. Oh, so you look like he changed a little bit, his attitude or his tone?
At least for one day. We'll see. We'll see how it goes next week when rookie minicamp is here.
Oh,
that's gonna be Uncle Joe. There's gonna be so many cameras there.
Our Sanders insider.
Yeah, you're gonna be Sanders insider. Joe, it's funny. Somebody just asked a good question. Most endangered hostage, Barry and Stefanski or Bill Belichick?
Oh my god.
Oh god, yeah. That's pretty good.
Yeah, Bill doesn't look like he's going on to Cincinnati the way things are going.
Joe, go ahead, Gilbert.
No, I was just gonna ask you another question about just how it plays out, Joe, because they got Flacco, Pickett, Watson probably not gonna come back in time, and the 2 rookies
not gonna come back in time. Didn't they exile him? Is he not exiled again?
You can answer that too, Joe. Is he gonna ever play it down again for Cleveland, or is that done? He's not healthy right now. That's why I'm asking. But is Joe Flacco really the best option from all these 4 or 5 guys here?
It's amazing how Flacco is a cult hero here for coming off the couch and leading the Browns to the playoffs. I mean, I'm surprised there isn't a statue next to Jim Brown. I mean, the guy went from being utterly hated here because he led the Ravens to now everybody loves him. Watson, I think this is going to play out like 2021 in Houston, out of sight, out of mind. The best thing that could happen is he doesn't play it down or see a second this year so that Cleveland can recoup some salary cap money and insurance money. But yeah, right now, probably Flacco is the favorite, Pickett a close second, and we'll see with the rookies how it goes. But also, you've got a coach that's got to divvy snaps 4 ways, and I don't know how you can realistically do that.
Is he? Do you think he's gonna call Pickett, Sanders, and Gabriel into his office and congratulate one of them for winning the backup role the same way that Baker Mayfield was awarded the backup role a couple of years ago by Hugh Jackson?
Stefanski is a lot better than Hugh Jackson.
Okay.
Let's put it that way.
Okay, sorry.
So yeah, it'll be interesting. But just Daniel with that outfit, I mean, it almost looks like IRS Junior.
I'm ready. Yeah, I'm about to go raid Hilberto's house over here. Back taxes.
Where's the gun?
Hasn't paid me. Back taxes. I'm ready to go. I did my journalism look today. I practiced a lot of journalism over the draft weekend. And you know me, Uncle Joe, I'm not into the draft. I think it's all roulette. I throw shit at the wall half the time. This time, just a lot more stuck to it. So I was pretty amped up and excited. Oh,
there you go, Uncle Joe.
Oh, no, I'm taking off the tie. I got ashes on my face on the program, and we're gonna say I'm a Jehovah's Witness. Crazy.
Joe, the other team that obviously is across the way of the state, the Cincinnati Bengals. What do you think about all the? Obviously, we heard Hendrickson went on Pat McAfee show, spoke about the letter that was written about him, all that stuff. Just, do you think he'll be traded, or you think they had a good enough draft to where maybe they look at him and they're like, you know what? Let's keep this and let's try and make one final go at it with all these guys.
Yeah, I think regardless, he's here one more year. Now, if it's a 2-5, 2-6 start, maybe you trade him at the deadline. But I don't think they'll start out 2-5 or 2-6. Because if they start out 2-5 or 2-6, Zach Taylor's going to get fired. So, yeah, I think in Trey Hendrickson's best interest now, play it out, see how it goes. If you lead the league in sacks again, you're going to get a hell of a lot more money from somebody else.
Yeah. No, I agree. Uncle Joe, here you go. Dial 1-800 bail bond. Mafia boss Dan. Now Dan's ready to go clubbing. Here you go. You'll love this. Dan owns the finest strip club in Southern California.
You guys are the worst.
Keep them coming.
Dan, can you talk to us about our Lord and Savior, Justin Herbert?
That would be my mega church right there. That would be my mega church.
Dan is such a manimal.
Is Jorge the one who called me a pimp once?
Oh, yeah, he did. Yeah.
Okay.
That was Jorge. Yeah, that's definitely Jorge. Dan, I know you have a question about the former team that Joe used to cover about their draft.
What are we thinking? Tell me the good news, Uncle Joe. What do you think about the Chargers draft class and everything else? Did you see the photo of the first round pick looking just massive, like a fridge out there meeting Jim Harbaugh? What did you think about the Chargers draft class?
Solid as far as getting skill position players. I think they had a solid signing period too. I know everybody is high on the Mikhail Becton signing. And I think the offensive line will be better. Now, the thing that's interesting to me is, why did the Chargers all of a sudden put exclusive rights on J.K. Dobbins? I mean, you draft a guy on the first round and you get Najee Harris. Why would you do that? I mean, that to me is a little bit of a head scratcher, but with what Ortiz and Harbaugh have done these 2 years, I don't think you can dispute it.
Can you imagine if they go into, because it's up until training camp. Once it's training camp, he can only sign with the Chargers. I get it's comp picks, but it's still interesting to see it, because if they go into the season with J.K. Dobbins, Omarion Hampton, and
I think,
Harris,
if they could keep him for cheap, I think it's solid, because you're not going to put too much stress on a rookie giving him too many carries. You're not going to put too much stress on JK giving him too many carries for where he could get hurt. You're going to have, well, I mean, again, the draft is roulette play, but you're essentially could have a three-headed monster that I think would be super solid. So,
but I expect somebody to sign him though before.
Yeah, probably that's fine.
I would be surprised if he made it to training camp and wasn't there.
Well, you know what it is. It's always the price tag.
By the way, Joe, we may be joining you out there for that Hall of Fame game. I've never been out to Canton.
Well, that's right. Yeah.
We were thinking about. I was telling Dan, I'm like, hey, we should try.
Especially the Hall of Fame game. They do it in the Field of Dreams or something. They have like a special
stadium where they do it.
It's a stadium. It's across the street from the hall where they've now done inductions since 2004.
I was wondering, I was thinking, well, maybe Jim will make some of the guys stay back like Herbert in these. Then I told Dan, I was like, he's not going to do that. He's going to bring them all, take them to the Hall of Fame and tell them, hey, you guys want to be up here, and make it a whole motivational trip. And hey, we have a long season, because it's a long season, 4 preseason games.
Oh yeah.
You start off in Canton. You have to go to Brazil. You're going to travel a lot this season. Like, he can start off with a motivational trip to Canton. So Dan and I were just talking, Joe, about possibly going out to Canton. Then we're gonna try and convince Alberto to go with us. So
as long as it's not lame.
Is it close to Cleveland? If it is, I could check out the Browns
it's
camp
20
tour.
Minutes. It's 20 minutes away from Cleveland.
Oh, okay. There we go.
Yeah, that'd be. I've never been to Canton, and I want to visit our good friends' pizza shop.
And we gotta watch Sanders, Gabriel, Flacco, Pickett.
I know.
Splitting carries. I mean, carries out there. Sorry, they're
gonna actually, that is going to be super interesting to watch their preseason games. Now, I forgot about that.
I see Joe keeping track of the passing completions and the accuracy and the yards and training camps. It's gonna be fun for Joe.
Oh, I can't wait. Do you have anyone who's a favorite? If you think Joe Flacco is a starter, who do you think is like the favorite to go next in the order? Because we could potentially see them cut one of the quarterbacks now, because they can only have 3, right?
Well, one will probably go practice squad because I can't see.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
You're not going to cut a 3rd round pick.
Yeah.
Sanders on waivers?
I think Pickett might be the odd man out.
That's what I was thinking. They'll probably measure hand sizes and be like, yeah, we got to get rid of this guy. He's too small. He can't grip the football.
It'd be kind of funny. They put Shedeur on waivers and nobody claims them and they go through it again.
Hey, they jumped in front of the Eagles to grab him. The Eagles, it looked like we're going to – it would have been good for him to go there and then be there for 2 years, and maybe they trade him the same way that the Patriots just did with their quarterback
Milton, or who was it?
Joe Milton. Same way they did with him. But Joe, real quick, Vic, our producer, our awesome producer, he's asking how much is it him losing him to potentially to the Broncos or the Chiefs? J.K. Dobbins. About maybe not wanting to lose him to either one of those guys.
I mean, possibly. I mean, I thought J.K. would be a good signing in Cleveland with the lack of running backs and everything, and getting them at a decent price for a year or two. So, but as far as comp picks and everything, it makes sense.
Okay, hey Joe, before we let you go, I'm just curious, and I probably know the answer here because you drove a lot in Southern California. I don't know if you missed it or not. But Fernando was telling me you're driving from Cincinnati to Cleveland. Again, I don't know my Ohio freeways, but Canton apparently very close. But Columbus, is it all pretty close, or do you enjoy making these drives?
I've only gone to Cincinnati once since coming back here, because that's about a 4.5 hour drive.
Oh, damn.
Now, I can do Columbus in about hour 45, hour 50, which was basically going from El Segundo to Orange County. But with
which
was like 1/3 of the miles. One was 40, the other one way, the other is like 110. Go
ahead. Sorry.
But the lack of traffic, or what people think it's traffic here, is very welcome.
Oh, I'm sure Joe's like, you guys don't even know what traffic is.
Oh my God, compared to the hell of LA, yeah, I can't feel that.
Let me ask you one final thing. What have you made about the drama with TKO, The Rock, Triple H, him not showing up at WrestleMania, all that? What did you make of that?
Probably power play between the two guys, and it'll eventually sort itself out.
Oh, there you go.
Triple H win.
Joe, we miss you. We miss having you out here. We went to what did we go to, Gilbert? Oh, phase one. Phase one.
First day.
We went to phase 1 and we walked in, Gilbert and I, and we're like, damn, it's just doesn't feel the same without you. So definitely we miss having you out here. We hope you're back home enjoying your time out in OH.
I hope.
But we definitely miss you out here, and hopefully you can make a trip out here and we get to hang out with you.
Let's see, Valley Press. I think that's Gannett, and Gannett doesn't subscribe to AP anymore. So
okay. Want to throw that up there for you.
Valley Press, is that the one from AV?
Yeah, but I think apnews.com you can find me.
There you go.
There you go. Thank you so much, Joe. Is Cleveland going to go all the way and win the NBA championship? What do you think?
They have looked damn good so far, and they went Sun Tzu and then some on the Heat last night to complete the sweep. So I think the Indiana series, if Indiana does win that, will be tougher. And if it's Cavs Boston, I can see a 7-game series, or even Cavs Knicks. So it'll be fun.
Tell them that they just needed dale, like Pitbull, dale. Fireball. That is Joe Reedy. Joe, thank you so much. Have a great one. Again, we miss you. We love you. Thank you so much.
Shout out, Joe.
Miss you guys too. Take care.
See you
Take it
later.
easy.
That is Uncle Joe Reedy. Vic, thank you so much for that. It's good to talk to him. It's been a while.
Yeah. I
Busy
love
guy.
that. Now he has a nickname for the program, Sanders Insider. There you go. That's perfect.
It's actually pretty good for the show.
We have a Shedeur Sanders insider now.
So Gil, he messages me. He's like, "Well," I was like, "Well, can you jump on the show? This, that." He's like, "Will Daniel be on?" I was like, "Yes, he will." He's like,
With the
"Perfect."
tie?
He's like, "Oh, he didn't know about the tie," but he goes, "Perfect. I want to see what he has for me." So that's why I was like, "Okay, Dan, you have the first question." So definitely great to catch up with Uncle Joe. It's been interesting. That's why I was telling you, Gilbert. It would be interesting if everything kind of comes together about possibly going to Cleveland during.
Yeah, I might be
Hall of Fame
extending
game.
my camp tour, and if it's the Midwest, I would like to. See, I'm interested in seeing these quarterbacks.
I would definitely love to see if we could do a Canton tour and everything, and maybe some activities out there. I've never been out there, so it definitely would be interesting to go out there. All right, let us get now to some draft stuff. By the way, I was surprised by the Chargers J.K. Dobbins thing today when I saw it. I didn't
believe it when I saw it. I was like, what? Why? And then the comp pick makes sense.
Yeah. So and Ortiz loves the comp picks. He loves all that stuff. So I could definitely see why they did
Remember
it.
where he came from? The Ravens put the
Exactly
the freaking Deontay Johnson just for the comp pick again.
Yeah, exactly. So, and I mean, the funny part would be, what if nobody picks him up? Because I mean, we've heard the price tag. If nobody picks him up, and he basically has to stay on the team. Like that would be
What's the salary? Do you know on that?
I just saw somebody say
3 point something. No, 3 point.
Someone said 1.5 in here.
Really?
Three would be better, but yeah.
Hold on. Dr. Florio says
1.5 sounds good to me. That's a good price.
I'll take it.
No, 3.428.
Even 3, I would take him back for 3. That's fine by me.
That's less than Najee, who got like 4.5, right?
Yeah.
By the way, did you guys hear this?
Yeah, Tom's saying 1.3, so I don't know where.
I'll take either in that
Florio
range.
said, he would stand to make 3.428 if he played out the year under the tender. Sorry.
Ah, I see.
Fine by me. I'm good. I'm good with that.
It's more than what he was making last year.
There you go. So he's getting a raise, is what you're telling me.
Did you guys see Seattle's general manager and their head coach, Mike McDonald? Vic, just real quick.
Yeah, I got you. Go ahead.
Did you guys see they were? I guess Jalen Milroe told the media
that was so bad
that they told him that he was the best quarterback in the draft. They thought so, and this is so this is what they had to say.
Jim said he was the number one QB on your board. Is that accurate?
He's trying not to laugh.
I don't think he was actually. No, but it was damn close.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sure.
No,
I'm sure it wasn't damn close.
No, but it was
That's
damn
awkward.
Close.
Can you imagine? Like
that's so bad.
Yeah, he's not higher than Cam Ward, I'm sure.
He's already starting off lying.
Yeah, but I mean, the Seahawks were middle of the pack. They wouldn't have gotten him anyway.
I'm sure the Seahawks are probably like, you know what? We see you maybe possibly one day being the best quarterback in this class.
Who's their offensive coordinator again?
No.
I'm blank.
The guy that was with the Kubiak. Clint
Kubiak.
Kubiak.
Yeah. It's the year of the Nepo. I wonder where Turner's kid ended up.
Didn't he stay with the Raiders? I forget where he went.
I don't think so, dude.
Scott Turner? Is that who
he went to the Panthers.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. Good for him. By the way, everybody smash the like button. Help us out with that. Smash the like button. There you go.
Let's get into
Let's see, where are we at?
Schedule release May 14th. Gilbert, is that exciting at all or no?
Not really, but to me, it's kind of like the last thing of the off season where I can start focusing on the summer and then training camp. Like, okay, we're done with all this other crap, the draft, free agency. So that's the last thing, at least to me.
I hate schedule release day. It's always the stupidest videos.
He hates when I make him jump
small
on
leagues, people releasing the freaking games.
So stupid.
He hates when I make him jump on a live.
I don't want to see anime. No cartoons. No stupid Pop Tarts. If I need a what's it called? A cheat sheet to understand what the hell all this is about, I don't want it. I don't want to see
just
it.
give me the damn date, time.
That's all
location.
it is. That's all.
I wonder if now that it's been a year under Harbaugh, if they're gonna stop all that stuff.
I hope so. I hope so.
Well, it probably cost them not signing Devontae Adams with the whole
pop card thing.
Yeah.
Good. Sorry. I mean, who cares? Yeah. I hope they get some adults back in there and they cut all this crap.
Because I know that there are some things that there's question marks that have been raised at
Jim's
times.
a football guy. He doesn't want to see
Yeah.
stupid cartoons and anime and memes and all this stuff. Like, we're not here to win dweebs over or
somebody's asking why you have so much hate.
Well, it's because I haven't had enough Coke Zero today. Okay.
Yeah.
Cheese eating bastard. He's back. Like the plague. He's back.
Howie Roseman says that Dallas Goedert is still part of the team as we speak when it comes to the Eagles' future. Obviously, George killed it today. Contract extension, 4 years, $76 million. Obviously, Dallas Goedert is not in the same conversation as George Kittle. But
76, really?
Yeah.
It's good. He's older though.
But
I don't know if that's good. I don't know. What's Webbies? What's that?
That's an award that they give out to the best social media teams.
Come on.
Yeah, because that means a lot. Do I hang that in my trophy case, Jesse? You know this.
If you're working for the Chargers, you probably do. What have you?
His kids do not like it, I'm sure. What?
What do you really have?
What do you have? Yeah, that's all you have to celebrate. They probably expect a parade in LA, and they're like, "What's going on?"
Yeah, won the AFC West 2009.
Vic, do you think LT was on that team? Vic, do you think Dallas Goedert's on the team by the start of the season?
I would say so. I mean, knowing Howie Roseman and the way, I mean, they unless they drafted a tight end, which I don't remember them doing. I
They'll
would
probably convert. They'll probably convert. Give him his money fully guaranteed this season, or do something to keep him and have him stay.
Especially with what they have on offense. I remember we heard AJ Brown might get traded. Supposedly, I don't see any of that. They're just gonna bring back, which I always like when GMs do this, where they bring back, like they give a chance to defend. I hate it when they trade away some of their guys and they think, hey, let's bring in some newer guys and maybe that way we can compete for another championship. But
I can tell you, I don't think the Eagles make it to the Super Bowl next year. They traded away their biggest weapon to make it, CJ Gardner-Johnson.
Oh, McKay.
Every time he's on there, they always make it
you're
to
right.
the Super Bowl. And now no CJ Gardner-Johnson. I mean, they didn't win. Obviously, they're not the one in 2017.
They made it.
Gilberto's favorite 12th man helped make sure they didn't win.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not even. I'm ignoring this. I'm not even looking at it. I don't. Acknowledge
you know what it is.
I don't. Oh, I know. Hold on. Where is that?
So Dan's school has only won CIF for football 3 times, and the 3 times Dan was either on the team or coaching on the team. So
nice.
Look at that.
Well, they won last year, but
Division 8.
Oh no, that doesn't count.
It's impressive.
You're an idiot. Division 8. Kiss my ass, Mr. Track. Mr. Track.
8-man football.
A lot of physicality.
Hold on,
no big deal.
You carry those around.
Watch out.
You get from Josters?
No, I'm just kidding. We just got him today. That's why. That's why when you started talking.
Dan, why don't you show it to the cheese eating bastard? What finger do you want to put it on and show it to him?
It doesn't.
Here. Put it on, and then there we go.
There it is. There it is, you bastard. There it is, you bastard. How about that trophy case? Shove this up your yin yang.
Gilbert, do you think he should be on the team, right? Dallas. I mean, Dallas has been a big part of their team. He was on that team when they beat no, it was Zach Ertz. No,
he was on that team too.
He was,
Beat the
he was
Patriots.
there.
Yeah, he was there.
No,
in
which one?
2018.
Yeah, he was there.
He was like a rookie, maybe.
Oh yeah, he was. Yeah. So
Brent
he's
Selleck
been
was
there a
on the
minute.
back end. Brent
Yeah, he's been
Selleck
there
was
a
on the
minute.
back end.
Yeah, they
He was the
drafted
new
him
guy.
before Ertz was on his way out. They're a team that thinks ahead.
Yeah, I think it was Ertz and him.
yeah,
There
it
was
was
a kid named Burton.
Unless it was a year
Oh,
out.
he was a receiver.
Burton.
He was a receiver.
it was Burton.
He was a
Unless it-
receiver.
I feel like he got drafted 18. So and they won the Super Bowl 17. So that could be off.
Yeah, that could that yeah. So
There you go, Uber
Jack,
Goober.
there you go.
Shout out.
So obviously
Gilberto doesn't know about that.
Hey, I went to state and a big boy program.
Here we go. We always try to circles about this. You didn't go, you got invited. Hence, you didn't earn.
I
anything to get
qualified.
there.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
I don't need a team. I made it myself.
Oh my God.
Real quick, I don't want to show the no, I'm not going to show the video.
Okay.
We got to talk about Jeff Ulbrich's son, obviously.
What an imbecile. What an imbecile.
Was this somebody's burial, or
Yes,
are we talking about it now? I just want to make sure.
Burial? Are we
No,
already in burial?
no.
Nobody's
We're
gonna.
not
Okay,
confused.
all right. Let's go ahead and talk about it. Then.
Go ahead, Dan.
What an imbecile. Like, if I swear to God, I would have flown to whatever gosh dang college he was at. I would have beat the shit out of this kid. That's crazy to me. Because in all honestly, like, he could cost his dad a future job, especially if it doesn't go well in Atlanta or wherever he is now. 100%. That's a problem. Because then the question is going to be asked, well, if it's given to executives and everything else, how is this how did he get it if it was given to you? You know what I mean? Type thing. That's a problem. On top of that, I would have kicked my son's ass and been like, you already committed or you already did something stupid. And on top of that, you're going to let yourself get recorded? What are you doing?
And they released it too.
What do you? Well, yeah, because
And it's not like it's a 16-year-old kid. It's a 21-year-old.
Yeah,
Like,
what an
grown adult.
imbecile. What
that
an
is
imbecile.
wow. That's the first credit
I
you
would have
ever
killed
gotten.
him. No,
That's
because
the
he
first-
knows. He knows if it was one of his boys, he would have killed him too. I would have been pissed.
Jeff
I would have
Ulbrich has had a
killed
hell of a last 365 days. Like
taking over for New York.
taking over in New York, dealing with all the media crap, having to deal with all the hey, you're the interim head coach, but Roger's still jumping on McAfee show. Like, then hey, we're gonna bring in a whole new crew. You're out.
Yeah.
He has to go to Atlanta. All this stuff, and then on top of this, hey, your 21-year-old son got on your iPad, jacked the phone numbers of all
I would
the
have killed him.
people.
How
and
did he
then-
get it? I don't know if I believe the dad saying he just took it from me. Like,
I don't think but I don't think that the dad would give it to him. Like, I don't think like
What do you say? Hey, what's Shedeur's number? Here
No,
you go,
get the-
Buckaroo.
they have nothing to. He has nothing to gain.
Why
from
was it so
Shedeur.
easy to get it? That's what I want to know.
Because they have every team has the like those iPads that they give all the teams.
I guess the
He must
kid
have had
knows
it there.
the combination
Password
to
and
something
everything.
very
But
important.
we also have to say like there was multiple prank calls. Ty Warren said he
Allegedly.
got one.
Allegedly.
There was a bunch of different players that say that they got prank called. That's why now at the rookie minicamp for the Chargers, I feel like asking, "Hey, did you get a prank call?"
There's a
Or
bunch of dipshit kids that who are from the coaches are just they're in
Yeah.
the group chain and they're sending out all these numbers. Somebody
They
got it
must.
from one of these coaches.
it's
like-
probably called Future Nepos. The group chat.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well,
And
that's why
if
to
I'm
me, it's
Jeff
just-
Ulbrich, I will get my son and say, fly your ass to freaking Cleveland. You pay your own way and apologize to the guy in person. Like that's
One.
the only way I would do it.
Two,
Oh,
I'd
God.
take him out of Ole Miss or wherever the hell he's at. I'd send him to the poorest, worst college in America. Send him there, and you're gonna be there for a year and shut the hell up.
Yeah.
Let's see what you could
yeah,
do. there.
right. He's gonna have to figure out his way in college. I would almost disown his ass. He's like, I don't disown him. Could you imagine that could cost you a future head coaching job? Because hey, you can't be trusted with a little phone book, dude. That's crazy. Because if you
And
can't run
Shedeur
your
even
household,
said-
Hilberto,
Shedeur even said he bought a Boost mobile phone and
Wow.
just for the draft,
the
and he
number.
gave that number out. So nobody had that number except for the league. That is
yeah.
crazy.
And how does
Now,
the defensive coordinator have? Why would he have his number? Like, is he how did he get it as well?
Well,
Like
the
The
that's
whole
the other.
NFL. So supposedly,
all
the
the
way that
execs and the coaches. I think.
somebody explained it that all the execs and all the coaches and everybody on the team have the list of numbers, emails, all this stuff
for the
with
draft.
agents as well for the draft, and that the kid snuck into into the dad's email, saw it, and then boom. So, but I just don't know. I don't know how much I believe. I'm not like Gilbert. I don't believe that Obridge might have given him the number. Like I think that I wouldn't do that. But
something seemed fishy here. It's too easy, and there's a lot. I don't know. A lot of coaches also are a little like, I don't like this Sanders kid. You want to take it? Go ahead. You didn't get it from me. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just saying that.
They wouldn't have met with him because they already have Penix. So,
and then also like I feel like there was multiple kids there. There was one kid the one on the phone wasn't the DC's kid, right? He was the one laughing next to him.
Yeah,
so,
it was the kid laughing.
So it was like
I thought he was the one on the phone.
No,
I think
he was the one next to him. Yeah,
then he's even dumber. He's even
was
dumber than I thought.
But who the hell said, let's release it and put ourselves out there like
because they want to go viral. These kids are stupid.
I would tell this kid, get the hell off TikTok.
I don't know how to tell you. This generation wants to go viral no matter what it is. They do not care.
Whether it's sexually transmitted or if it's
they're running through fences trying to be like the Kool-Aid man. Have you seen these videos of these dumb kids?
Oh, really?
Like, they're smashing through the fences and making a video out of it.
You know what's one thing I can't wait to see someone go viral? 100 kids against a gorilla. That's
one.
Jump in the pit.
Yeah.
Let nature take its course. We're gonna see what's gonna happen.
They will easily be 121-year-olds gladly raising their hands. I will do this. I will try to fight.
I can't wait.
I saw a funny thing today that said 100 gorillas versus Bonnie Blue, and somebody's like, No, I think that's gonna be next on her OnlyFans. I'm like, that is hilarious. I'm like, oh my god! But like, the kid needs an ass whooping. 1, 2. I agree with Gilbert. I would make him go apologize to Shedeur in person. Like, it's just dudes of live stream murders they've committed. This is
and crimes.
So
it's crazy.
Another thing too, I think Shedeur's and Shiloh kind of liked it for the content too. Because they went on Twitch talking about it.
They're not. They're quote unquote football guys because Daddy makes them and propels them. Like, what are we talking about?
It's weird. I was seeing some of his videos of Shiloh. I can't believe I'm watching them, but like, it's like his mom. I'll just leave it at that, and his whole family like just hanging out there, and I'm like just microphones, cameras everywhere, and just on there for thousands of people to see you. Like, I can't live.
They're gonna be the next Kardashians. They're gonna have
they're gonna have a
show.
That's the backup choice when these guys get cut. Is that what you're saying? Or?
Well, Shiloh's like a rapper and other stuff.
Please, Shiloh's like a rapper. Yeah, he does that on his hobbies.
Well, Deion Jr. is like the media guy, right? He's like the photographer and the camera.
Yeah, yeah,
I like that.
So, you know what content he creates? Oh, all content Colorado buffs. Yeah, I wonder how he got access there. Wow.
And Deion Jr. is the one that talks the most shit on social media.
Oh yeah,
he's always going at people. And remember. He pulled a LeBron James. That's his biggest problem. He pulled a LeBron. Remember, LeBron a year ago said, "My kid's better than more than half of the NBA." And Deion said, "I have time today. My kid is going to be a top 5 draft pick, and we're going to have to shoot."
Maybe he went off of that. Maybe Deion was getting cocky, seeing LeBron get on with his power.
Oh well, I don't know about that, but
LeBron had more pull, obviously, than Deion.
Well. That's because the NBA is a joke. I think that shows you the NBA.
I don't want to get you started, but he got his own kid signed to his own team. And the Lakers, by the way.
Drafted,
The NBA is a joke.
Drafted.
But everybody forgets that also, that he was interviewed before the draft, and he's saying, there's only a few teams I'll let him play for. Maybe I'll pull a Eli Manning or whatever. I'm so sure people are going to line up to draft your son. Like, what are you talking about?
That's why I don't think it's collusion, but part of it when it was like day 2, it's like, I don't want that crap on my team. Let him go into day 3. I think that was part of it.
But that's what it is, dude. Like
Uber Jack, we're talking about Deion Sanders Jr.
They're hoping that this humbles him. Who knows if it will? Who knows? I can't wait to see. I can't wait to see the Browns franchise change overnight.
Can't wait to see Joe Flacco be a Week 1 starter in 2020.
By the way, I didn't know that Deion Sanders is now the face of like he's been doing a lot of crazy interviews where like somebody asked him, "Oh, what do you like?" "Oh, she's into chocolate." "Oh, really?" Like, somebody else asked him, and recently he was on a show with Travis, Shedeur, and him, and they were asking him about like the lady asked him like, "Oh, do you ever like what do you think about when masturbating?" He's like, "I don't masturbate. I've never masturbated in my life." And then she's like, "Really?" He's like, "Nope, I've never had a need to." And his dad's like, and then Shedeur goes, Cap. I just started laughing.
I'm glad we took this turn. I'm glad we took this turn.
No,
was this on Shannon Sharp show or something?
Allegedly. That shows you everything you need to know about Fox Sports because that's where he got his start.
Yeah, late night content.
All that stuff is true.
And he has his own show on Tubi.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Can you take this off real quick?
Yep.
Last thing,
There's
and
so
then
much
we'll get into
content out
the
there.
draft. Obviously, we just had to get into this stuff. This stuff's fun to talk about. Last thing, Dan, this is gonna hurt your heart. I know, but I have to do it.
What is this?
Oh yeah,
man.
I
don't like this.
You have Jordan right over there. Everybody in the world seems to be following this relationship. They've got an opinion about your private life. It's got nothing to do with them, but they're invested in it. How do you deal with that?
Never been too worried about what everybody else thinks. Just try to do what I feel like is best for me and what's right.
How did you guys meet?
Not talking about this.
No.
No.
It's a topic neither one of them is comfortable commenting on.
They really put this on air.
Hold on, Vic, hold on.
They really did not like
go ahead.
that.
This has been such a heartbreaking turn of events. I want to go back to seeing him cheat to try and win Super Bowls in the NFL. Like
allegedly.
Where are we going with that, Dan? Cheat, huh?
Allegedly, never proven. Slaps on the wrist. Goodell was just angry. He kept winning. I miss the Emperor. Like, dude, not to be crude or disrespectful, but there's no way she's that good in bed that he's just keeping her around. Like, he couldn't have just gotten some,
Okay.
OnlyFans star and date her. I don't know. Like,
All right. I don't want to be this guy, but I kind of want to defend or at least try to look at the other picture. Like, what if they went, Fernando, this all the time. People say, "Don't ask me about this," and the second somebody asks you about that, you get mad, or the people get mad at the subject. So what if they went into the interview saying, "Don't ask us about this"? They said we won't, and then they did, and that's why she got annoyed. But now,
either way,
but that just seems like a total, biatch. I think you want to call it that.
You joined InstaFace, as you put it. I love that. There's some great pictures of
He's
you and
answering.
Jordan.
He seems okay
where
with
you're
it.
a fisherman and she's a mermaid. It's charming. It's a different side of you. What's the reaction been like?
What's it been like?
To have these different sort of photos. There's another one where you're doing,
It's
I know you're not
depressing.
into
That's my
meditation or yoga or Pilates. You're balancing Jordan on your feet. And she's doing kind of the Titanic pose.
He seems embarrassed.
Yeah, so I'm on some of those social media platforms, but I honestly don't follow them.
he doesn't.
What
post
he
it.
does follow
Right, Jordan.
isn't clicks or views,
It just does it for her.
but touchdowns
No,
and
he
above all, wins.
So
it's so
Let
sad.
the guy be.
I think,
He's old already.
Dude,
one.
it looks like she's his handler. Like he's gone. This is the greatest football.
Yeah,
guy
but
in the
he's
world.
getting be with a 24.
remember-
Let the guy do whatever he wants to do.
Remember what you asked Doug. Remember that report that came out that he asked the AD at the school, please CC Jordan
That's
in all of our
weird.
emails.
That's weird.
I don't like that, but yeah.
That's
That's
weird.
weird.
Like supposedly, well, let me
Maybe
again.
just blackmail Bob. I don't know.
Let me be. Are you trying to take him to a certain island, a certain cave? What are you doing?
Supposedly she was
Oh, I saw the escort rumor that she's supposedly an escort.
allegedly.
Allegedly. When I say sources, or
If he's having fun, I
Twitter.
couldn't care less. But yeah,
does that look fun to you? My boy looks like he's a hostage.
he won
He
7
does.
Super Bowls, and now he's retired, being with the younger lady. I don't know. Maybe it's fun to
No,
him.
but no 8 Super Bowls. But he doesn't
Oh yeah,
look
okay.
he doesn't look happy.
Didn't
Like,
you see? Well, I'm not going to go there.
it looks like elder abuse.
You're not
He's
posting
never
video
looked
pictures like
happy.
that on the Insta face if
He's
you're not
never
happy.
looked happy.
On
He
Insta
isn't
face.
posting He
He
just
isn't posting
admitted.
them. He
He
isn't
just
posting
admitted
them.
performing these
Yeah.
whatever pictures you want to call them.
Relax.
That's hilarious, Tom. Apparently, it's amazing because he's held hostage. But what was I going to tell you? It's just
He said he doesn't post. He doesn't go on there. It's
weird.
her posting.
But he knows
everything.
what they're doing with that content. He's
No,
freaking doing all these weird things on the beach.
She said she.
No, it's more for her. I'm with it.
100%. Oh,
Yeah.
so going back to what you were saying, yeah. Let's just say this guy's an idiot. This guy's an idiot. Let's just say that's true about don't ask this on the show.
Yeah, it could be that
so
too.
weird? Why is it so weird to ask how you met? Why is that out of
Can I
bounds?
answer that?
Yeah, go.
So one of the things that I saw because I once I saw this story, I was like, okay, there's got to be more to this, right? And so the answer they've given is that they've met on a plane and that they were sitting next to each other, and that's how they went about meeting, right? So now it just becomes with this, it just becomes we're over here just asking more questions now, and. The other thing that someone brought up, and I'm with, and I think Dan would agree with, is he should have a publicist. If he had a real publicist, this would not be happening. But I think the other thing is that she's acting as though she's the publicist, and she's doing a terrible job of it because, as we just talked about with the son of Jeb Albridge, these are young people that are trying to get clout. And so this is the problem. Instead of actually doing something for him, she's being selfish here and trying to get clout for herself, which I think is wrong. Like her being part of this interview, I think instead of letting him be himself, tells you where she's at right now. And like he feels really uncomfortable and it looks really awkward. And that's the reason we're talking about it. I know.
He has a book to promote. You're going to get asked this question, and they were not prepared at all. They handled it poorly.
Well,
they should know the question is going to be fair game.
She's a wogum wife or girlfriend of old ass man.
Oh, that's hilarious.
A new show on Netflix started in
exactly.
She wants to.
Paul Heyman's about to get married to a 22-year-old woman.
I see those videos.
So they could do a reality show.
That's real.
Yeah, Ric Flair
was real.
Ric Flair's wife is 30 years old. Like,
and then we got Shed and Sharp getting sued.
Oh, I know. There's a lot of sickos that would pay for this shit if they did this.
Oh man!
All right, let's move on now. Obviously,
can we talk football actually for
we're
not
we're not pleasing the cheese eating bastard. So let us let us move on. Draft winners and losers.
Okay.
Dan, why don't you give us your winner?
Winners, easy. Chargers, Jim Harbaugh, shout out. I finally have competent people in the building. Losers, everybody else, including especially the Browns. The Browns are, my God, just all over the place. Draft Shedeur. You still have the massage enthusiast over there. So
allegedly.
I thought that was proven. Is it not proven?
Allegedly still.
I think that one's proven.
Okay. Gilbert, why don't you give us yours?
Settled in court. How about that, Dan?
Okay, good.
Nobody knows the details. But yeah, for me, actually, after bashing the Seahawks in free agency, I liked their draft. You know, they got a good insurance plan in case Sam Darnold doesn't work out. Jalen Milroy, but I like the chance there in the third round. Yeah, back to sports. We
3
got
and 14 coming for the Seahawks, Gilbert.
Not. I was gonna say I didn't like their roster, but now I'm okay with it because they got Elijah Arroyo, who I thought the Rams should have gotten to help out because Cooper Kupp, I think his best days are behind them. They got another weapon right there. I like Gray Zabel. I'm sure Dan's gonna be a fan of his. He could play center, guard. He played left tackle in college. They need a lot of offensive line help. Nick Amanwari from South Carolina, who's probably the next coming of Kyle Hamilton. Supposedly, I don't think that's gonna be the case because Kyle Hamilton was a top 15 pick and should have been top 5. But that's another piece for Mike McDonald. So I think to me, all the concerns I had in free agency, the Seahawks addressed them there. So I gave them an A. And then sticking to the NFC West, the losers, the 49ers, honestly, I'm not sure what they really did there. And do we have faith in the 49ers finding a good backup or a good number 2 to Nick Bosa? They haven't done it since I can't remember. Have they ever had a good number 2? Why Mikael Williams? Why is he better than Jalen Walker? Because he went number 11. Let's not forget. James Pierce, maybe not Mike Green because he got in trouble. Shamar Stewart. There was a lot of edge rushers. And why not go with an offensive lineman to replace Aaron Banks and then get the edge rusher in the second round? To me, I didn't really like the 49ers. I gave him a D at SI.
I thought Gray Zabel, I thought he was going to be Jim Harbaugh's pick.
Oh, yeah.
if he fell to him, I'm like, oh, they're taking him 1,000%. When the Seahawks surprised everybody and took, I thought Seahawks were gonna get a Ibuka and pair him up as Ohio State wide receivers with Jackson Smith and Jigba. They surprised me with that. Then Tampa Bay surprised me with the Emeka.
Like 5 wide receivers.
I'm like, you guys have so many wide receivers. Why would you do that? And then obviously, like I told you, the Broncos surprised me with going corner at that position. And then the Steelers going defensive tackle. I didn't see that. I didn't think they would go quarterback. I thought they'd go with something else. But Vic, why don't you give us yours?
I went, I'll be honest. Like, I'm with Dan. I don't watch a lot of college football, but I did like in terms. So for my winner, I went with Raiders GM John Spytek, just because they looked at the roster and they were like, look, we're going to take the best running back available at number 6. Like they went for the best available guy at number 6, which I have no problem with. And then in the second round, I'm guessing that a lot of their guys were gone by then. So they just said, you know what, let's keep trading out, get a bunch of picks and take a stab at getting it right. So I like the fact that they ended up this draft with 11 draft picks and they took a bunch of shots. So whether or not all those guys come out and actually make the roster, we will see. But this is something that the Rams did a couple years ago, and we saw the benefits of it. So I love the fact of what he did. My loser is Cam Ward, just for the fact that he was the number 1 pick. And then, they, as you guys brought up earlier, they even had Warren Moon try and give him some shine. But because of the whole Shedeur Sanders thing, like he got lost in the sauce here. Like I felt bad for him. Like nobody talked about him, like this is a great story. Like this is a guy that started, at a small school, worked his way up to Washington State, then went to Miami, and now he was the number 1 pick. And are we even talking? Like we're what, an hour and 20 minutes into our show, and we're now talking about Cam Ward. So for me, I thought he was a loser, even though he was a number 1 pick.
Straight up, I mentioned him earlier.
Yeah.
I said
that could be a good thing, Vic. I don't know.
I think it's a really good thing.
Yeah,
I think it's a really good thing. He gets away. He does. Like, remember, Caleb had a lot of crap on him and all this stuff.
Oh, don't bring up the nail painter.
And
that's Alberto's quarterback.
And so I think Caleb was very loud because remember, Caleb right away told that punter, "Hey, I want the number 1." He wanted his number. And then he's like, "You're not going to do a lot of punting here," and they ended up doing a very hefty amount of punting. So I'm not very.
So Dan went Winners Chargers, Victor went Raiders. Big surprise here, and then Fernando's going Buccaneers. Maybe that's your team.
I am not. I went with the Carolina Panthers.
Oh, okay, surprise.
I thought Carolina had a very good draft. McMillan, I think. I'm not gonna call him T-Mac because obviously we were told. Oh no, his name is T-Mac. Don't call him Tet. No, Tet.
Okay. Tet T-Mac.
All right.
McMillan.
Yeah. So T-Mac or McMillan, obviously big time receiver. I thought a lot of people were trying to drown him on purpose to get him to fall down to like those later rounds. I thought Tampa Bay was gonna take him if he fell to them, and they'd be like, "That's our new Mike Evans." We have our next Mike Evans for the next 10 to 15 years.
Top 10, man.
So I thought Carolina had a strong draft. They went defensive end twice in a row. After that, they got Trevor Etienne, brother of Etienne over with the
Jags.
Yeah.
I thought they got Jimmy Horn in the 6th round. I actually thought that was a very good move. That's from Colorado.
Buffalo.
He was a good receiver. With Colorado, so I thought he was solid. And then I like the move that they got on that they did on Monday morning when they decided to sign what's his name, the white dude from the Raiders, and now Hunter Renfrow. That was
that was surprising.
I know, but now they have a collection of little whites because they have him, Thielen, they have a bunch of guys. But I think Carolina is going to be stronger. They got more weapons for Bryce Young. You have to remember at the end of the year, they got really hot. And now it's about, can they continue it? I thought Bryce getting benched, we said it on the show, it's either going to help him or break him. And it helped him. It looked like it really gave him the kick in the ass that he needed. And he ended up playing really well down the stretch. So I think that Carolina is going to be a lot better this year. I think they're going to, we'll get into this in a little bit. But I definitely think that Carolina had a good one. My losers, 2 losers. 1,
Packers.
Gilbert, we said it. The Chicago Bears. They
Yeah.
decided to go tight end, Coastal
Yeah.
Loveland. I get it. That offensive line still sucks. I don't care what you give me about Jonah Jackson was great and this and
He
that
was
and all this
benched
crap.
last year.
I know. That's what I'm
Nobody's
saying.
talking
Jonah
about
Jackson was
that.
not
It's
good.
kind of weird.
Yeah.
The center was bad with the
Atlanta.
center with Atlanta. He
Yes.
got overpaid, I thought.
Yeah.
And then the only guy is Joe Tooney, who's a solid offensive lineman for them. Then they decided to go Coastal Loveland, and I knew they were gonna go against the offensive line here. They decided to go against it again. What did we say? Maturity is saying we need offensive line, and trying to go, and which I was surprised. They decided to go with the tight end, the hot flashing weapon. They drafted more receivers, I remember, later in the round.
Tyler Booker would have been the perfect addition for that team.
Who?
Tyler Booker, the one who went to Dallas.
Exactly. So they decided to go with the hot flashy weapon. Well, now we'll see what you get. But again, they're putting a lot of weapons. I get that. But the offensive line, you can have as many weapons as you want. If the offensive line isn't good, and I was surprised knowing that he came from that system in Detroit, I thought he would try and go offensive line.
Oh, well, you know why.
It was more Dan Campbell, probably.
Exactly.
You didn't want to be.
And my last loser, Mel Kiper. Mel Kiper,
Yes.
3 generations now know that you are a loser. Our fathers.
Exactly.
Us.
Yeah.
And now this new generation of little bastards coming
And that
up.
coach GM from 30 years ago.
Yeah,
That's
exactly. Well, then
hilarious.
remember he said Ryan Leaf is going to be an All-Pro. He's going to be a Super Bowl winning
Jimmy
quarterback. He's gonna bring us Super Bowl.
Clausen!
Johnny
Clausen-
Manziel.
Johnny Manziel and Jimmy Clausen are our generation, and now this generation, Shedeur Sanders could be that for him. So congratulations, Mel Kiper. Now 3 generations.
I kept texting the group chat. I was like, this is like, it was like 30 minutes of him just going off on ESPN. And
that's why I only watch NFL Network.
Yeah,
now.
and I felt bad
NFL
for.
Network.
It's because I saw
only
it on
watch
Twitter. So
McAfee.
then I switched over and I was like, holy crap, he's still going. And then I looked and Reese Davis was trying to move on and he got so mad.
He was getting pissed.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not even saying that. I'm just trying to move on here.
Yeah.
And it was just
I'm
hilarious.
not even. I don't watch any of that garbage anymore. I'm just.
He
thankful-
watches McAfee's live.
I'm thankful McAfee does it all now, so I don't have to watch
Yeah.
any of that filth ever again.
All right, let us go now over to one team with a top 10 draft selection that will make the playoffs next year. Vic, why don't you get us?
Yeah, so
He's eating bastard. We appreciate
Shout
that.
out.
That's amazing.
Shout out, my guy. You're the best. Shout out. Bring me some curds.
all right. So part of the reason that I brought this up is that if you go back the past 3 years, 2022, these were the teams that make the playoffs after picking in the top 10 selection. 2022, you had the Seahawks, Giants, and Jaguars. In 2023, you had Texans, and Eagles, because remember, they had the 2nd and 3rd pick because they traded up. And then in 2024, you had the Commanders, the Vikings, and the Chargers make the playoffs. So going off of, like, for sure, I went with the Jacksonville Jaguars because I didn't want to go with the homer pick because everybody I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I am not going with the homer pick. And I went with Jacksonville Jaguars. The past 3 seasons, I think the past 2 seasons, the number 2 picks have made the playoffs. The Jacksonville Jaguars traded up to pick number 2. I like what they've done in terms of James Gladstone, the GM. He's come in. You have Liam Cohen there. I just think they can do something here. Nobody's going to expect them to win, and it's a division where you can, as a 4th place team, you can rack up wins and make the playoffs. I still have we'll see what happens with the Texans, but I can see them being a wild card team and getting in. So I went with the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Gilbert, did you see our friend of the show when they traded up and they got Travis Hunter or no?
No, I did not.
Oh, he was like celebrating, jumping up and getting all excited and getting all revved up. And somebody tweeted out, RIP to Travis Hunter's career. If he's gonna do to Travis what he did to AEW, this is not gonna end well. I was like, this is so messed up.
Are you telling me it's not all elite?
I think Travis was on the phone and he heard Tony Khan's voice. He's like, I know who that is. And maybe
Oh,
he's
I
an
know, for
AEW
real.
guy. That's
Yeah,
already a red
exactly.
flag.
Dan, this one's gonna surprise you. Let's go with Gilbert's.
Well, it's a little surprising because Dan took the team I wanted, so it's a good pick. I'll let you have it, Dan. But my number 2, I will go with the New York Jets, and it's
Why
really
wouldn't you
hard.
choose the Raiders, Dan?
I don't know, because that was his team last year. So
No.
apparently not.
I
Didn't
do
want
like
to be
Pete Carroll.
consistent.
I like Genti, but I got to see more.
Yep.
But you know how I know a team is different? The New York Jets, man. They're still. It's hard to believe in them, but they were the number seven team in the order. They had Tyler Warren, Costa Loveland, T-Mac, you want to call them, all these skill players. You know what they do? They go with the big man, the lineman out of Mizzou, to fill the spot at right tackle. And surprise, surprise, Mason Taylor, your boy right there, Mason Taylor, Dan, still available in the second round.
Robert D's guy.
I got the tight end in the second round. Joy Taylor, a big fan now for the New York Jets there. So to me, those two moves went perfectly. And I kind of liked Aaron Glenn's hard ass approach with Aaron Rodgers. Get out of here, old garbage. It's time to get the new day, the hard ass. Aaron Glenn might be a little too much of a hard ass. Coaches sometimes overstep themselves, but going with the line, talking about Ben Johnson, you know who took notice about Dan Campbell? Aaron Glenn did. So to me, it could be a new day for the New York Jets.
I disagree. How dare you disrespect the doctor like that? Did you see what he said on McAfee or no?
Look, if he tells a guy, "Hey, I'm gonna call you on the phone,"
I ask a question and he just starts giving me.
I know what you're gonna say. If I say, "I'll pick up the phone," I'm letting you go. Oh, that guy's a coward. He wouldn't do it in person. So get your ass on the plane, get the 5-hour flight, and I'll tell you in person. What do you want to do?
To pay for his own travel?
Come on,
he paid for his own travel.
He made a bunch of money.
He paid for his own travel. He
looked the man in the eye and he said, "What do you want to do, A-Rod? Get out of here now."
That wasn't even the problem. The decision to make him go. I thought, I mean, again, it's hearsay because we don't know the other one's side or we weren't in the room. But the fact that he said, Roger said that supposedly Aaron said, and I quote, allegedly, because I'm doing my journalism, allegedly. And I quote, I don't want to be at the front of the room giving orders and people looking back at you. Like that to me is a sign of insecurity. What are you talking about? That's true. You don't know that. You don't know that.
But he was in the building. He was in front with the guy though.
Up front.
He told the truth.
That's a sign of insecurity. This is a legend of the game.
But it's Aaron Rodgers. This guy's a big shadow. Like
and we'll see what happens with Pittsburgh now. I mean, we have a guy in Mike Tomlin.
But Mike Tomlin wouldn't be insecure. I'll give you that one, Dan. He would not be.
That's a big insecurity. And on top of
he's
that,
a rookie head coach, though. Come on.
Yeah.
But like in my opinion, like he's trying to size up to a player, and that tells me, well, I don't want to have anyone challenge me. Like, you know what I mean?
Could be
like,
a problem. I'm not gonna lie.
I understand. I understand. You know, well, I mean, I don't understand because I've never been in there. Everybody who talks about
LaFleur,
the doctor, except one little prick out in Wisconsin, is had nothing but good things to say for Aaron Rodgers. Now I understand. It wasn't a great look where he handpicks his own OC and the offense sucks. But, you know, I don't know. I didn't like that after I heard that story because before I was like, I totally get it, this and that. But like, and then they signed Justin Fields and I'm like, really? You'd rather have Justin Fields over the doctor? Like, I'd put Justin Fields in the backfield next to the doctor. Let the doctor hand it off to him.
They have a good O-line there. They have 2 tackles in the first round back-to-back.
Yeah, pretty tall.
Run the damn ball. Yeah, run the ball.
From my point of view, I just didn't like the whole, you know, because then he said he didn't even want to have a conversation or listen to him or it was something like that.
Yeah. He had his mind made up.
Yeah, and that was like my whole thing where it's like.
Well, that's kind of the bullshit. But I get the both sides, though. Like, if he would have told Rodgers on the phone, he would have been like, oh, the coward didn't have it on the phone with me. But then on the other thing, like he flew out there and then they were like, how long are you going to stay? Oh, probably about two days. And he's like, yeah, 30 minutes. Or like, I think he said he wasn't even in the building for an hour.
Still waiting for you. Get out of here.
And yeah, he was already ready to go. So,
and
I mean, yeah, my bad.
And the other thing I was going to say was just like the fact that he felt threatened by him. You're just kind of like, because you've never really heard stories about him undermining a head coach. Well, unless maybe it's LaFleur who's a dipshit.
Well, unless you're going to Egypt, then yeah.
He used to say stuff and have stuff. Hey, he had that worked out with what's his name? That's what he said. Salah and him had it worked out.
Maybe Salah and LaFleur gave him some advice, like, "Hey, handle that quick, man. Get him out of here."
Yeah, I don't know. I
don't love it. Said beautiful things about him.
Yeah, so I don't know how much I believe that. I don't know.
I think there's a middle of the pack. I mean, everybody knows Aaron went to Cal. We already know how people from
he's
Cal
a smart guy, right?
Big
No,
brain.
I was gonna say like they're very
Big brain.
opinionated. They I don't know.
There's no doubt this guy knows football is what I'm getting at. And like, like I said, I just didn't like that. It was
product.
I almost feel like this was shot across the bow that like, hey, we'll shit can anyone who wants to I don't know. I don't even think Aaron did anything. That's the funniest
He's
part.
also a legend too. You want to show him a little more respect. I can see that too.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah,
he had to do it. He had to cut him. He could have handled it better.
Pissed people in the building off. I think it's one of those where maybe somebody told Aaron Glenn, "Hey, this guy's cocky. Be careful." Like the preconceived notions. So he came in. He was aggressive and all that, and then Aaron was kind of like, "Okay, whatever."
I think the owner had part of it too. He probably felt dumb.
Because Aaron does have this like hippie kind of like vibe to him where he's like, whatever, dude. I don't give a shit. Like I'm making money. I don't care. So I get it. Dan, why don't you go next?
Yeah, I picked the place that this once great man left, the New England Patriots. That's
he didn't mention him in his book. He didn't mention the owner in his book.
Oh yeah,
Robert Kraft. No,
Robert Kraft.
Still, I'm sure.
Yeah,
but which the way they did that, they did him dirty. But whatever. Maybe Robert Kraft saw the beginning. He saw Jordan around too much in the building and said, "Get his ass out of here. We can't do this." But
maybe.
Anyway, I'm picking the New England Patriots. I think Mike Vrabel is going to be the guy who brings this team back to the playoffs. I can't wait to see. They had some good free agent signings. We'll see how they pan out. I'm sure the draft was well and everything else. So I'm going to go with the Patriots. Hopefully, they just do a better job of not getting caught. So
you don't even know who they picked in the draft and you still like them.
I don't care. Because you know what? If that coach is ripping cigs, I trust that guy. He knows what's going on.
He took a lineman with his first pick. So yeah,
he knows what's going on, dude. Yeah. Oh, and that was the guy at LSU. Yeah, I do remember. For your smart ass comment over there.
There you go.
I do remember. It was the guy
did like his
LSU.
speech at the after he got drafted, saying, "I will die for freaking Drake May." I love that.
He's a dog.
They were all pissing their pants because he has small arms. Which I'm like,
he was like this. I would die for Drake May.
You guys are so stupid. That's
you got those alligator arms.
That's how you don't know offensive line play. Like that's the funniest thing.
Yeah, he wore that suit in remembrance for the guy from the LSU teammate, the one that had.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Really?
That unalive himself. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Now you feel like an asshole, don't you?
Speaking of size, it's kind of a random thing.
Remember why he did it? Well, the whole.
I don't even know who it is. I don't know.
The DUI, the guy that killed the old man, the former Marine, and allegedly, and he was going to go to prison for.
Yep.
He left the scene of the crime. Whatever. All right. He's a wide receiver.
Yeah.
Okay. I will go with the Carolina Panthers.
There you go.
Why not? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think they could make the playoffs.
Yeah, he's consistent, unlike some in picking teams. Oh, that's kind of crazy.
When they got hot last year, their defense played better. They're getting what's his name back? Derek.
Derek Brown.
Derek Brown. They're gonna get Derek Brown back. I think J.C. Horn was playing well. That contract is huge, by the way. I was surprised.
I didn't know he was playing that well, but okay.
He was yeah. So
he's finally healthy.
Yeah, I think that defense is going to play really well. I think the offense is going to do well. I just want to see if our guy, God, what's the head coach's name again?
Dave Canales.
If Dave can be a good head coach and not just a good offensive coordinator, so we'll see. We'll see how that goes.
He fixed that offensive line in that running game, man. He's up and up.
Yeah, I completely agree. All right, guys, real quick, one move that the NFL that needs to be made post NFL draft. I will start it. Aaron Rodgers to the Steelers.
Oh wow,
Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah,
the Steelers didn't take a quarterback high.
Yeah.
They didn't do anything. They're waiting for Aaron. Aaron said on the McAfee show that something happened to a family member that they're going through. So the C word might be coming up. Somebody must have it. Something must have happened to where he's like, you know what, right now I'm just spending time with family. Okay.
And he wants to go to Egypt in June. Yeah, I get it. Okay. Yeah.
Wow. That family member passed away, you're gonna feel like an
signs
asshole.
in July, and okay.
I don't think he could ever feel like an asshole.
I love how
Come
all
on.
it's
He's gonna sign in July and miss the whole offseason program. Come on.
Dude, he's a vet. Don't you remember?
I get it, but
Michael Strahan took the fines during training camp. He didn't care.
I get
What are we talking about?
Some of these guys don't. I mean,
everybody forgets too that like it wears on your body after so many years. Sometimes you need.
He's
going to
come in and tell Arthur Smith this offense is crap.
This is my offense now.
Bijan Robinson and Najee Harrison complained about this shit. Boom, throw it up, shotgun to
Arthur's
it.
gonna be like, "Where were you in April to tell me this?" But okay, let me fix it. But 5 weeks ago for the season.
Why don't you FedEx me the freaking playbook? I think the Steelers didn't take a quarterback. They're gonna want him. It seems like Mike. I think that's what's it's gonna need to be somebody with a big personality. Mike Tomlin has a big personality. He's not insecure. He knows that he has a job there until he wants to leave. So I think Mike Tomlin is going to definitely want Aaron Rodgers there, and we'll see how George Pickens, DK Metcalf.
I don't know. I think he's starting to wear out his welcome. I'm gonna be honest.
George Pickens?
No, Mike Tomlin. I don't know how much longer he's gonna have.
No, Pickens, they were trying to trade us. Supposedly the Cowboys wanted him. That's who he's going to go to. He's going to go to the Cowboys.
Yeah, so Jar can be like, why isn't this working again? Why isn't it working again?
Dan, why don't we go with you?
All right, who did I put? Oh, yeah, bring him. I need more linemen. Give me a guard.
Zion?
Need a guard. No, sorry. I've seen enough. God help him. I'm sure he's a great guy.
Amari Hampton running behind Zion Johnson.
After last year, me seeing a video of him looking supposedly super ready for training camp and all this crap, and with the performance I saw, no offense to anybody, no, I'm good. We need someone else. We need to figure this out. We need to have just
have J.K. Dobbins start at left guard, and you're okay.
Oh yeah, so he can go down and miss 4 games. No thanks. I need legit.
Okay, Najee Harris. He's not doing anything with a first-round running back.
Oh, he's huge too, so that would make more sense. I just need like the Great Wall of Herbert right there, just impenetrable, cannot be broken down. That's what I need. I wouldn't mind that. Yeah, I'll take that. Get me the sheriff. Get me somebody in here.
Vic.
I went with Nick Chubb to the Bengals. I saw the video. He looks like he's healthy, ready to go. And the Bengals need some running back help. So bring in a veteran. He stays in the state there, and
he's probably gonna want to vet him in.
Yeah.
So that's all he's gonna be able to take, probably. I mean,
and the Bengals don't have all that much money, so they've been spending. Gilbert.
Yeah, the legend coach Bill Parcells said one time, if you have 2 quarterbacks, you don't have one. So if you have 5, you got Doc Crap at quarterback. So give me Kirk Cousins to the Browns.
Wow.
Joe Flacco, are we really going to go as QB1?
Yes.
Can he pick it? Can he come? Small hand, can he pick it? Shedeur Sanders?
I can't wait that if we do go out to Cleveland, they grab Gilbert and they're like, hey, some of these guys want to talk to you. And it's all the quarterbacks circled around and Gilbert's just staring at them.
Come on, old man couch Flacco. Give me a arm falling off Kirk Cousins. Come on, you just give me the drama. Put on Hard Knocks. Get Kirk Cousins in there, and let's
6
do it.
quarterbacks.
It has to be them, right? Like it has to be Cleveland.
Yeah, and then have a shot of Myles Garrett saying like, "Was the money worth it for this crap?" But yeah,
he was dumb. I thought
Kirk
that was
Cousins
so
will be
stupid.
the best quarterback immediately, right? If they make that trade.
Yeah.
You think so?
Oh,
I
yeah.
think so.
Yeah.
And until November rolls around and his arm is falling off, and then put in one of the kids. But yeah.
By the way, Kirk Cousins is one of the he literally everybody. He went from afterthought to making a crap ton of money. Remember?
I think I saw he's made over $500 million.
He's his own agent, so he's going to open an agency after.
He was an afterthought because everybody's like RG3. Why'd they draft a second quarterback? RG3. And then boom, Kirk Cousins starts. He is franchise tagged a bunch of times. Then he goes to the Minnesota Vikings. They give him a bunch of money. They give him another contract. And then now with Atlanta, they give him another big contract. It's like, dude, really? Like, he's made so much money. It's ridiculous.
He's his best agent.
Yeah. Last thing, real quick. We won't do complete burial of the week, but I apologize for that because I know you guys got to go. But Vic, quickly, what did you think of The Rock and
this is perfect timing because I'll say this. I'll start off by being a little positive. I saw the trailer for the new movie that he's going to be in, and honestly, I'm like, okay, it's good to see you or The Rock
With
playing
hair?
something different with hair. And it looks like he actually put some he put some work into actually acting. So I'll give him a
Ooh.
shout out for that. But outside of that, it's been a heck of a year. I saw you said Hawaii hates him, and then also DC fans hate him, and now WWE fans hate him. It's been a heck of a
I
week.
still like him.
Yeah, there you go. So he has one fan in Gilbert here, but apparently he's been trying to what does he say? You and the world the word journalism in the same sentence. That's insecurity.
This guy's an idiot. This guy's an idiot.
30 minutes a little late, but yeah.
But yeah, so he went doesn't show up to WrestleMania and decides to do a whole thing about he's gonna take people's soul, works that in, and then doesn't show up, then goes on Pat McAfee and just starts to, throw everybody under the bus.
Show that everybody can go on and throw people under the bus. I love it.
Yeah, and it's
LeBron
just been
threw
crazy to
Stephen A
see
under the
this from The
bus.
Rock. Like his fall from grace has been like it needs to be studied because like I had never seen a career go this down before, and luckily he has that film coming out, and it looks like he's gonna get a lot of praise for it. But
I hope
it's just
not.
it's just been like every decision he's made lately just seems like the wrong one. And
That's the final boss. That was pretty awesome.
It
Coming
was,
back for
but
the
the
final
fact
boss.
is
You're
he didn't finish it, and
I
that's
know.
part of the problem with
Well,
people.
I honestly
right
don't
now.
know the story. Like, was he blaming Triple H for not finishing the storyline or what?
Well, I'll leave this to Fernando here because he's the expert here when it comes to this. But my biggest thing was just like, wow, like what's going on with The Rock has just been crazy.
Vic,
Like I
what
said,
kind of
from
vinyl? What kind of vinyl do you have? Somebody keeps
me?
on mentioning your vinyl.
Yeah, so he's asking about this one.
Says
This is
below
the
heaven or something.
Yeah, below the heavens.
Oh, okay.
But shout out to Aziz Mexmas. So thank you for that.
So obviously, so basically, what happened is supposedly they weren't selling
Jimmy Hogan over The Rock.
They were supposedly they were not selling tickets for Toronto.
Yeah.
So The Rock, basically, the way that WWE fans are putting it is that they feel like The Rock just comes in whenever he wants, does the final boss crap, and then leaves it kind of unsaid. So basically, what it was that in Toronto they weren't selling tickets, so that Triple H and not Triple H, the guy that's best friends with The Rock that works with TKO, that he
Ari Goldman.
Yeah, there you go. That he called The Rock and he said, "Hey, we need you to come out and sell these tickets." And he's like, "All right, let's do it." So then he came out and he's like, "Okay, we're gonna do the thing where I want your soul, blah blah blah." He's like, then he goes, "I didn't want to step on Cena's moment, so that's why I didn't go to Mania." There's a rumor that back when he fought Cena back in 2013 or 12, that he was about to do a Martin Scorsese film. He hurt himself and he cost production $10 million because they had to delay everything. So now the rumor is because he's in a new Martin Scorsese movie that's the reason they didn't want him at WrestleMania, because if he goes, he could get messed up and they would have to delay a movie again. I don't know what it is, but he was really shitting on Triple H and saying, well, there was a lot of unfinished things. The main event of WrestleMania with John Cena and the Cody, it lacked something. No shit, idiot. It lacked you. Like, you were supposed to come out and do something. Like, you send Travis Scott out there. Now there's rumors.
I was gonna say, Fran, I would have bought that excuse until Travis Scott was out there. If he's out there,
I know.
and
where
are
now
you?
they're saying that he might show up at SummerSlam because it's supposed to be
excuse.
that it's going to be Cody Rhodes and Bad Bunny versus Cena and Travis Scott at SummerSlam.
What type of?
I'm like, that's what you're going to do with your WWE champion? Like, you only have 26 more days of Cena and you're going to waste it on Bad Bunny and Cody Rhodes?
He's
Like,
going to lose his mind.
what kind of shit are we doing? Like, 26 days. I'm telling you right now, when they come to San Diego, I better not see any bullshit. It better be good, because that is literally, Cena only has 3 weeks left after they come down to San Diego. So I don't know. They need to do something though, but
I'm glad.
I just think that The Rock really screwed this up. I think TKO is screwing this up. Dude, we just heard $40,000 for SummerSlam ringside
for both nights.
Yeah,
Yes.
both nights. And even Jonathan Coachman put on Twitter, and he's like, so now essentially we have to decide, should I send my kid to college or should I go be ringside for some of this stuff?
Well, if you pay 40 grand, you get hit by Stone Cold on the bike.
Oh,
there.
that was
then
bullshit.
Then you sue
flopped.
him and get $1 million. So it's worth it.
Dude, he was drunk off his ass. I mean, allegedly, I wouldn't doubt it.
She flopped. But I just, yeah, exactly. The Rock just shouldn't have gotten involved in the story. Can you imagine? Okay, this is what I was thinking after that WrestleMania match. Can you imagine if it was The Rock versus Cody or the Cena versus Cody? They're going back and forth, and all of a sudden, like, okay, let's just say Travis Scott got involved with the title or something, and the title's sitting right there, and Cody grabs it, and Cena kind of looks at him, and it's two baby faces looking at each other, and you're kind of like, well, what are you going to do with that? Drop it, this, that. Cena kicks him in the nuts at Mania, grabs the title, hits him with it, and then FUs him and then pins him. That would have been incredible because his heel turn would have started right there, not with The Rock. So
Yeah,
that
point.
was kind of the one thing. And then, no. And then everybody's kind of thinking like, well, why, like, that's the question that's still left unsaid. We don't know yet why he's turning. Then last night on Raw, Seth Rollins goes like this to Braun Breaker, and now everybody's like, well, shit, is that now are they adding like, so that's the thing. I don't know if it's real. I don't know if it's fake. I don't know if they're like waiting for SummerSlam to make this like The Rock come back and then do something with him. I don't know, but The Rock then also some WWE or some wrestling commentator said something about him, and he's like, don't forget this is all a shoot, basically saying this is all fake. We get it, but why do you have to pull back the curtain and be
Coachman was pissed about that, by the way.
Fake? Like,
Coachman,
why the hell does
pissed
anybody
about
watch? And why should people come and spend their hard-earned money and go watch an event? So
and then part of it too is you're starting to price out your fans. Like
exactly.
Like you don't like the problem with TKO is that they think that their fans are, you know, especially
spend
with
money no matter what to go.
What, and that's not the way they are. Like these are, you know, they're middle class to lower class people who go and spend their hard-earned money.
So if you're smart, you ain't going to wrestling.
Yeah, and so I don't know what they're thinking here, and that's part of the problem too. Is like, you know, like they put The Rock out there and they left them hanging out the drive. As I said, like Ari Emanuel is the guy who's, you know, running TKO, and he's also the one that wants to he wants to get rid of the Muhammad Ali Act and ruin boxing too, where they're trying to have this thing with UFC where you have the top contenders fighting each other. That's never gonna happen. I'm sorry. Like I understand, you know, that the Saudi guy is taking over boxing right now, but that's also a problem there, and they're gonna, you know, the problem is you don't know your fan base, and if you continue to do this, you're gonna ruin both of those sports. And I get it, like boxing has had a bunch of problems, but one thing is they bring in the money no matter what. But if you continue to do this, people are not only going to pay for subscriptions, but they're not going to show up to your events.
I agree, and we're getting to that point. So,
and the boxing calendar has been pretty terrible this year. By the way,
I love that I put on my journalism look on today, because I told you years ago The Rock was a piece of shit. People are barely finding out. Like, you take over a company, and your first order of business is jump on one of probably the number one show and run down the talent and run down the creative. Like, how is that intelligent? The guy's, you know, forgive my language, is a fucking egomaniac who needs to be loved and adored. Like,
but now he's hated by, like I told you guys, he's hated now by everybody. Hawaii,
yeah, good,
and all that stuff.
I hope
he's hated
him.
by DC
I hope
fans,
they boo him.
And now WWE fans are starting to really turn on him.
You know who this guy is, literally?
The guy above you, or
no?
I like
The Rock. The Rock. Yeah, because you're a loser. I don't know what to tell you.
Okay, one of the best wrestlers of all time. Okay,
who? That guy
Rock.
couldn't even do it long enough to be one of the best.
Oh my god,
the best microphone.
I would take Hogan's career over his. I would take Flair's career, Austin's career. I mean, God help me, John Cena's career. I would take a lot of people over him. But what I was getting at, this guy, you know, they probably designed the Homelander character after The Rock, because I don't know if you noticed when people started shitting on The Rock after that interview and stuff like that, he puts out, with his little daughter for her birthday. Look, I'm a great loving dad. I'm a great guy. Look at me. Happy birthday. Da, 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 da. It's a joke. It's a joke. What he does is persona weird. I'm sure he's into some of that higher level stuff in the Illuminati and all that other stuff. Allegedly. I'm sure he sold his soul and other body parts or whatever. I'm not into it. I'm not. I don't buy The Rock. This is why I wish the WWE would just clean break. Don't have him come back. I'd rather have Hogan go out there and get booed. I'd rather have Flair go out there and get booed. Who else am I missing? What other legend can we roll out of the grave? Go dig up Ultimate Warrior. I don't
Ric Flair.
Bring up somebody else.
All right. Real quick before we head out, Ryan Garcia, Rolly Romero, Gilbert.
Exactly.
Who
Alex knows what I'm talking
Ryan
about.
Garcia
Alex
knockout in the 7th round.
I was about to say,
I'll say Ryan Garcia knockout 3rd round. Vic.
I'm gonna say it goes to distance because both guys have kind of not fought in a while. So I say, and I want to see kind of Ryan Garcia display a lot of his his weapons here and kind of go the distance, especially if he's gonna go up against Haney again.
Dan, friend of the show, what do you think?
I'm gonna go with Ryan Garcia because he's been on twice, so I think that was what gives him the edge.
And we had videos of him
3
last week.
Yeah, that counts. That counts. Okay.
Oh, okay, that counts.
Fernando asked some questions 3 times.
Yeah.
Okay, 3 times. That gives him the edge.
Lastly, I don't know if you guys saw Vic. Can you take this off real quick? I got 2 videos and then we're done. Sorry. Real quick, did you guys see this video?
He's starting to twitch. I'm gonna get a nasty text after this.
Now, let me be honest with you.
Yeah.
He's back doing this again.
I love it.
Go ahead.
You ready?
Yeah. I want to hear the snap count.
Yeah.
Really? Every time?
Every time.
You have like a dummy clap or anything?
We call it purple.
What's that? No shit.
Yeah.
I've always thought that was the stupidest shit.
He's like, what is going on?
Let me hear it.
No, I ain't doing it. Stand up. Let me see your snap
I think he's
count.
getting too old for this shit.
It's so stupid.
Did you guys see Puka Nakua's brother in the?
Oh,
yeah, that was hilarious.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Oh, he's getting suspended. The number 19 laughing at the fan.
In the UFL, maybe fair game in the UFL. Who cares?
Listen to this.
Talking about.
That was a hard the guy in the back too. Like
the guy in the green.
Yeah.
Look at one more time. That's wild.
Yeah.
He took it well though. It was a slap, but it was okay.
So stupid.
Yes, I'm gonna go. Actually, going Thursday to go watch it.
Nice.
I think we'll probably go over the weekend because I've heard good things about it.
I will not be watching.
If you have not watched Sinners, go watch it.
Sinners, I
haven't seen it.
Did you watch it, Gilbert?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I want to go see Warfare.
I have a babysitter just to go to. That's how
we were gonna go watch Sinners, but Dan didn't want to because he wanted to pay his respects to Josh Allen.
Oh yeah,
he actually saw it. She's great in that.
Catholic man.
Yes.
Oh, what does he get? She get like
no, just go watch it. Go watch it.
He's in her mouth. I heard.
No. I want zero. I have zero respect for Josh Allen. That scumbag has screwed the league for so many years. You know what's funny? Actually, not all jokes aside.
Haley Steinfeld or Taylor Swift. Come on.
I'm surprised the Bills didn't take someone named Jihad. That's the only thing I wanted to say.
Oh my god! All right, thank you so much for. Thank you so much, everybody, for
a while.
I don't think you pronounce it like that, but yeah.
You guys are the best.
What are you talking about? That's what they said all draft night. I thought.
Is it? Okay.
You guys are the best. Appreciate.
How do you pronounce it?
This is I don't know anymore. Jahid or Jihad?
Yeah, no, I don't.
What did you say?
Like that. Jihad or Jihad.
Jihad.
Didn't you notice they kept calling him Campbell and that's it?
Jihad Campbell, yeah.
Yeah, you guys kept
calling him Campbell.
You guys are the best. We appreciate you guys.
Don't forget, like, comment, subscribe.
Hold on.
Telecompa, and we'll never find out why the John Cena became the Rock's bitch. There you go.
When are you guys doing the House of Horns?
We did it yesterday. Check it out.
Yesterday, we got a lot of positive guys. Thank you to everybody. We actually a lot of people, I guess, have been waiting for us to do something.
Okay, so
we'll
probably do ours on Thursday because it's kind of a long week. So Thursday we'll probably do it. Gilbert, you're welcome to come in if you want to.
Let me know a time and I might make some time.
Oh
wow, there you go.
Well, I didn't get a chance to give my thoughts here. Actually,
that's true. Yeah,
we have so much crap on Shedeur, but okay.
There you go. All right. Well,
yeah.
All right. So what's up, Bolts? Thursday around 4:30, 4:45. Make sure you guys have the timer on and hit the notification button.
Probably 5.
All right, 5. Okay, so 5 o'clock Thursday.
Unless you want to
5 o'clock.
start, jump on when I get home. That's up to you.
No. 5 o'clock is fine. All right.
I got practice ends at 4:15. About
okay.
Talk about it away from the camera.
All right. Wow.
Can't go.
All right. We appreciate you guys. Thank you
Come
guys
subscribe.
so much.
Be a Compa. Tell a Compa. We'll never find out why the Rocks. Johnson
Go
the
ahead,
Rocks
Gilbert.
did.
Get us out of here, Gilbert.
Yeah, let's get out of here. Shedeur Sanders, we love you on this show. Don't listen to the haters. Be legendary. Ya nos vamos, pues. Vámonos.